welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to be letting the TBR cards pick my reads. Okay, so I recently got these TBR cards from Etsy. I just realised my camera is inverted. Hopefully I can fix that in editing. Anyways, I will link below where I got these from because they're so cool. But basically it just comes with a bunch of cards, obviously. And you just mix them up and then you pick which one you're gonna do. So we've got lots of different cards. They've got so many different prompts. I've not really looked at any yet. Like this one, for example, pick a book that matches your outfit, and so on. Then there's loads. There's so many, and I'm so excited. Now, the reason I've decided to do this is because I have a lot of books. Like, a lot. It's kind of a problem. And I have a huge TBR. Now, my other issue is I really like to reread books. It's a comfort thing. I love going back and just reading the same book like 5 times. And I need to stop doing that because there are all these books that I have bought or been gifted that I just have not got to. And I might really love it. So my idea is hopefully this can help me get through my TBR, and I just get really overwhelmed when trying to pick a book from there because there's just so much to choose from and I'm like, blah. So hopefully these TBR cards will help me figure that out. So yeah. Now I am in the middle of a book currently, but I'm really close to the end. It's called Off Flame and Fury by Michaela Bridge. I looked at the bottom and it wasn't at the bottom. Yeah, I'm not loving this. It's probably going to be like 3 stars, but I'm nearly at the end and I'm gonna pick this now before I can't be bothered to film a proper intro. I'm also technically reading a book on my Kindle, which is like 1000 Years of Royal Deaths, I think it's called, and it's alright, it's interesting, but someone left a review saying that parts of it weren't accurate, and now every time I read it I'm like, are you lying, bro? Like, I say bro, I'm pretty sure it's written by a woman. Everyone is a bro in my book. Anyways, we're gonna pick the first card and I'm like really nervous because I want to get one that I'm excited by. Right, you guys can see them first. Okay, let's go with this one. I can't read it from here. With a queer lead. Oh, okay. I should have a few of these on my bookcase. I think it's just really hard because obviously when books are on your TBR, you don't fully know what they're all about yet. But okay, I need to go figure out what that would be. Okay, I'm back. I've chosen 3 books that we can choose between. I'm very unsure what to pick. Anyways, these are my options. So one is Nick and Charlie by Alice Oseman. I read the first 2 Heartstopper books. I DNF'd it, not because they were bad, but because I really don't like graphic novels or anything like that. It was cute, but I wasn't really getting a lot out of it. So yeah, I DNF'd that. I'm sorry. I do love the TV show though, but I do have her novels, and I think this is probably a better way to go for me because I loved Loveless when I read that at uni. So I definitely like her writing style. Anyways, Nick and Charlie, it's short. We like a short book because the ones I've read recently have been massive. Like, it's just been like 400 pages, 400 pages, 400 pages, and I need something a bit easier. So that might be why I picked Nick and Charlie. That's obviously queer because Heartstopper. That was my issue. I was trying to figure out, like, okay, I haven't read this. Is anybody queer? It was really tricky. Another one I have is Iris Kelly Doesn't Date by Ashley Herring Blake. I don't really know much about this. I bought it ages ago. But there's 2 women on the front and they're looking at each other and I'm like, yeah, they're probably queer. I don't really know anything about this though. And it's also another big book. It's got really small font again, and I don't know if I can deal with that right now, is the issue. The third one I picked is Girl Crush by Florence Given. Now, this was an immediate buy for me when it came out because I love her non-fiction. And then I read the first page and I'm like, this is a lot. So like, I don't know, but the main character is bisexual, so she's queer. It says that on the back. However, my worry with this, and I might have to search it, is I feel like it might be 18 plus, and I don't really want to do a vlog on an 18 plus book. So I'm unsure, but I know from my flick through that it has quite explicit language throughout, and that would be my main worry. So I don't know, but those are my 3 options. I need to think about what I want to pick and then go from there. Okay, we've moved locations. I'm now in the living room. However, I'm running a bath. I'm gonna go get in there in a minute, but I've decided to pick Nick and Charlie purely because it's short, and I know that's such a bad reason to pick it, but I have read so many big books recently. I can feel like I'm kind of in a reading slump because my current read is just not it, and the two before that were like really, really good. So like do you know when you read like a 6-star read and then the books after that, it's just like, why do I even read? Like, nothing is ever gonna compete with that. Which, by the way, if you're curious, it was this one's daughter. So good. Oh, okay, Teddy and Gus, my guinea pigs, just came out, and they were hopping about. I had to look. But yeah, I'm gonna pick a short one. I'm gonna be nice to myself, and I felt like it was quite a hard like TBR prompt, in the sense of like, I don't know what any of these books are about, so I just feel like my options were quite limited, and like these 3 books are ones that have been on my TBR for a really long time. Like, I'm not that interested in any of them. I know that sounds really bad. It's just like, there are so many other books I would rather read. So, but that's the problem. That's why books stay on my TBR for years. So it's not the worst thing in the world that I'm reading one of them. But yeah, hopefully I like it. Hopefully it's good. I don't know how many clips I'll get because I still need to finish A Flame and Fury. I got like 20 pages left. So I'm going to finish that first, and then I'm going to switch to Nick and Charlie. But obviously I'm going to be in the bath, so I don't know how many clips I'm going to get. But yeah, let's go. Okay, it is the next day. It's Friday now. I did read about 64 pages last night in the bath, which I'm like a bit of a chunk. There's like 100 pages left, but I'm not loving it. I mean, I don't know if it's YA or teen. I really need to look at that, but like the font is massive for one, but also the writing style is very young, even though like the narrators are like year 12 and year 13, but it feels like I'm reading a 12-year-old talking to me. So like that's like kind of weird because it wasn't what I expected, especially because I've read Loveless by her, and like that felt a lot older. So like I'm like a bit confused why the characters are older, but they don't sound their age. It's nice seeing Nick and Charlie. I wish they would communicate more. Like, I know that's like the whole point, but it's like, just talk it through. You've been dating for what, 2 years? Talk to each other. So like that's slightly annoying. I just feel like there's a whole lot of words and not a lot going on yet, which it sounds awful to be like not loving this, because I love Heartstopper, like the TV show, so much. And obviously like these are important books for representation. I just don't love the writing style, and like I don't know why I'm not loving it, but I didn't want to sit there and read it any longer. I was literally like, do I DNF? And I don't know if that's just because I've just read such a bad book before that, where I finished with Flame and Fury, by the way. I don't know if I said on a previous clip. I finished that last night. I'll give it 2 stars. So that's what I'm saying. Like, am I just struggling with this because I've just read a really bad book and like I'm still in that headspace? I don't know, but I'm not excited to sit down and read. However, I've just taught my morning lessons, and I have a few hours now where I have like my lunch break, and then because I'm a tutor, I have some lessons that I've not filled in the daytime yet because they're quite hard to fill. So that's when I do like my freelancing work, my author stuff, bits like that. So I'm going to sit down now and do an hour of editing my current project, which last week's video, which is up now, obviously, at the time of filming this, even though it's not up now actually. Why can I not English? It's not up yet, but when you guys watch this, it will be up. Anyways, that was a writing vlog working on Project Witchcraft. I filmed it in January before my surgery, and then obviously with the surgery I wasn't really wanting to do YouTube and things like that for a bit. However, that book is now finished in draft 1. I've been editing it for a little bit, and I'm going to do another hour of edits for that. And then I have an hour break for lunch, and like, obviously I'm going to go have lunch. I might try and read and like finish that book. I don't know though yet, because I'm in a very weird mood. I'm in like my OCD, my just right OCD is very high at the moment, and like I keep changing my outfit for one because I feel like it all feels wrong, and like I just know I'm on the verge of like not having a very good day. So I'm just going to kind of do what I need to do to get through the day, and if that's not reading, that's not reading, and that's fine. Maybe it's watching some YouTube or playing on a game for an hour. I don't know, whatever my brain needs I will do. And after lunch I've got down that I'm going to do an hour of freelancing. I have 2 editing orders at the moment. One's kind of a shorter one, it's like a novella, and then the other one's a novel, but I'm trying to do like like half an hour of each every day that I only work 4 days a week, just so that I can make steady progress throughout the month. So I'm going to do that. And then I have another hour after that where I'm going to start writing. Well, not start writing, I've already started, but I'm going to do some writing on my next book that I'm working on in the writing stages, so that I'm doing some editing of the current project, and then I'm also making progress with the next book that's going to be out as well, which is also Project Witchcraft, but it's book 2 in that series. So we're still in the same world, and that's really exciting. And then I have 3 hours of tutoring after that, so that's going to be a long time. I can't sit still for that long. This is a really long clip. I'm so sorry. Anyways, I am going to go do some editing now. Okay, we are on Friday night. I have just finished Nick and Charlie. We're in like kind of a weird background because I don't feel very well. I'm sat with my TENS machine on. My adenomyosis is through the roof. But I finished. Don't come at me. I gave it 2 stars. Now, I do have reasons for this, and at some point I will actually write my Goodreads review, but I mean, to summarise, the whole thing was just based on like a stupid miscommunication that was literally really, really trivial, and like you turn that into a whole book. So like the plot, I wasn't really with it. The characters didn't seem like their ages. This didn't, like, the characters are meant to be 6th form. This is not giving, like, look how big the font is, and like just the plot, it was not giving, like it didn't sit right basically. Nick's eating disorder was mentioned, well, not mentioned, it was like, you've not eaten breakfast, yeah, it's lunch soon. Do you know, like, just like random comments like that. And obviously if you've seen the show and like gone through the graphic novels, you know that he's got an eating disorder. So I just felt it was really weird how it was just like glanced over. I didn't understand that. And I think if it wasn't for the TV show, the characters would not feel fleshed out for me. They only feel fleshed out because I'm picturing the actors. So overall, this did fall flat. What I will say, love the cover, love the art that she's done, is brilliant. For me, this didn't hit, and I felt really guilty giving it 2 stars because it's such an important series in terms of representation, and that is so important. But then I was like, that doesn't mean I have to give every book 5 stars because it's got good rep. Like, that's not how it works. But I feel guilty. But I was sad that I had to rate it so low, but I really just couldn't rate it higher, to be honest. So I'm done with that. Anyways, I do have TBR cards, and we're going to pick another book. Now, there are a few books that I know that I really, really want to read, and I'm hoping that I get a card, which means I can pick one of those. So like, fingers crossed on that front. But yeah, I'm gonna go get the cards out. So the last one that we got was With a Queer Leader. I'm gonna remove that because I don't want to get the same prompt twice in one video and in a row, just because I really actually struggled to find books that I knew had a queer lead when I hadn't read them. So I'm just gonna give them a bit of a mix. I'm not very good at mixing. Anyways, right, is that in the view shot? It is. Okay, let's go with this one. Okay, this is what it says. By a female author. Brilliant. Literally every book I own. Perfect. Okay, I'm back. I've picked 3 options. I'm gonna super quickly go through them, and I've sent a picture to James, my partner, because I cannot for the life of me like pick what I want to read right now. I think because my last 2 reads have been 2 stars, and the ones before that, one was like a 6 star, like it was amazing. That was the Swan Store. I think I've already mentioned that. And then I read Dawn Season. I give it 4 stars. And then Off Flame and Fire and the Heartstopper one has been 2 stars. So it's just like, I'm like verging on a reading slump at this point. So I'm struggling. Anyways, these are my options that I've sent him. So we've got Wings of Starlight. This is apparently YA, and I love Tinkerbell, so I feel like I'm going to like that. It's got Queen Clarion in, like, what else would I not like? It's in Pixie Hollow, so that's kind of why I've picked that one. I feel like it's going to feel familiar. I've then picked a very different one. I've picked The Professor by Charlotte Bronte. Now, Jane Eyre by the same author is my favourite book ever in the whole wide world. So I added this to my wishlist on Amazon, and Chloe, very, very lovely, she got me this one. She also got me Agnes Grey by one of the other Brontes. I've forgotten which one it was. But I want to read this one first because I know I like Charlotte Bronte's writing the most. I don't really know anything about it other than I think she published this one first after her poetry. I'm unsure though. And if I get this one, this is going to be a sit down and annotate it kind of vibe. So we've got The Professor, and then again a very different pick. I have like a children's middle grade one, so Return to the Secret Garden by Holly Webb. Holly Webb is one of my favourite authors, and she has been since I was very little. I used to love the Rose and Lily series. I also had Magic Molly as well with all the animals, and I just love her writing style. Like, it's so darling. And when I saw this on Vinted like quite a few months ago, it was like £1 or something, and I'm like, yeah, I'll have that. I'll add it to my collection. So I have not read it, but I really like The Secret Garden as both a book and the films as well. So I feel like I'll enjoy it. It'll be like a really simple read. I've tried to pick books that don't feel really long, just because I know I'm verging on that reading slump. Like, it could go quite bad quite quickly. So I'm hoping that these are all safe books. They're not the ones that I was really interested in reading. I had some Fairy Loot ones come, and I was like wanting to read those, and they are by female authors, but I've checked and they're both like upper YA/adult, and I don't know if I want to do that on my channel, so I have left those for now. But I'm like sad because that's what I want to read. Anyways, I will be back when we've chosen the next book. Okay, I'm so bad at filming. It's the next day again. We're Saturday and it's 4:30. Not gonna lie, oh my god, my hair's so bad. I've spent literally I worked in the morning. I had a little bit of tutoring for rescheduled lessons, and then I also did some editing of Project Witchcraft. However, since then I've just been on Adopt Me. It's really bad. It is an obsession, but I got a dream pet, so I ain't gonna complain. Anyways, James did pick my book for me last night. I just did not want to film last night, so I haven't even started reading it, but he did pick Return to the Secret Garden, and I'm excited that he picked this one. 1, because I love Holly Webb. 2, because I love The Secret Garden. And 3, it's like children's middle grade-y, so it won't take me that long to read. I just need some quick reads, like, because the ones I'm planning on reading soon are very long. I need to balance out a little bit. So this is my next read, and I am super excited about this one. So yeah. Welcome back. It is Sunday afternoon, and I read half of Return to the Secret Garden last night, and I'm enjoying it. I mean, it's kind of different to the original. Obviously it's going to be, because different authors, different time periods, different times that they're writing in as well. But I do like it so far. And I think if you just try and like remove yourself a little bit from the original, like, it's really good. I've seen a few Goodreads reviews that were complaining like this is like nothing on the original, and it's like, okay, but like, it's not meant to be. And like, I know how scary it would have been for Holly to write a sequel for such a beloved book, but I think it's really lovely. I love the cat storyline as well, which I won't say much more because I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but the cat storyline, as an animal lover, I really appreciate that, and I think it just builds on Emmy's character a lot more, so I'm enjoying that. Yeah, halfway through. Okay, I don't know if I finished, like, no, I can't English. I don't know if I filmed after I finished the Secret Garden book, but overall I gave it, I think, 4 stars, because it was really sweet. I loved the cat storyline and realizing who everybody was at the end, and yeah, sure, maybe I should have figured it out sooner, but I did not, and I'm a bit slow, but I loved it. I love the setting. I love like books about like evacuation as well, so like I'm weird like that, and I just love that kind of topic. But yeah, I loved it overall. It was really sweet. But yeah, so that's what I gave it. Anyways, those are the 2 books that I read for this challenge. I did not go for a third just because the book I wanted to read was like 18 plus, and I didn't want to film that, and I just really wanted to read it, so I'm reading that now. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this, and if you did, please like, comment, subscribe, but also please check out my Etsy and my socials, because I am oh my gosh, I am an indie author at the end of the day. That's why I make these videos, to try and like build my little reader community. But yeah, I have YA books and children's books, and yeah, my Etsy is linked below. You can also get them on Amazon and Kindle Unlimited as well, but I hope you don't mind a little self-plug. I really need to start doing it more on my YouTube, because I'm really bad at reminding people that I'm an author, but I am, and it's really cool. You can see some of my books up here as well. These are like the spines of the ones that I've got left on Etsy. I also have merch, like bookmarks, stickers, bracelets, that kind of thing, and that'd be really, really cool. And a snail mail, and my snail mail is only £6. It is free delivery, comes with a handwritten letter that is like A4 size, and it's pink, it matches my whole brand, and it's like full of like behind the scenes updates, things about my current project, what I've been up to, and then it comes with a limited edition bookmark that is based on one of my books, and every month this changes to like a different one of my books, and I will be like announcing what it looks like soon, but I have not yet, but it does exist. It is like right here on my window. And then I'll also be doing a little surprise extra bonus thing this month as well, so if you like the idea of that, that's on my Etsy. It's just £6, free delivery. But yeah, anyways, now that I've done some shameless marketing, I hope everyone has a super lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye.